Rise and grind. Welcome to this episode where we share with you our whiskey collection. Let's get into the list. Here at Rise and Grind, we share with you everything that you need. What whiskeys to drink, what cigars to enjoy, how to build wealth. We also provide you with motivation. And in this video, we want to just stop and share with you our whiskey collection. Now, a lot of whiskey tubers do these haul videos where periodically they show you what they bought. I want to just show you what I have and what I'm enjoying at this time. And so we've got 2 bars in my house. And so we don't want this video to be too long. So we want to show you just a sample of some of the things that I'm currently enjoying. And we're going to start with the whiskeys that I use as mixers. And so we will begin with Wild Turkey 101, Good Cinnamon. We've got this very old Blanton. This is a cheap, affordable whiskey. If you want to make you a hot toddy, I usually pull this out. If I'm making me an old fashioned, then I'm gonna go with my Wild Turkey 101. Or if I want some spice to it, then I'll go with the Old Forester Rye 100. These make a great old fashioned. If you want something that's gonna have some spice, something that's gonna rise above the simple syrup, the ice cube. These are great mixers. Another cheap alternative, we've got the Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. You get that pepper, that caramel, that peanut note. And so those are some of my mixers. If I've got some people coming over and they want some more of the fruitier cocktails, then we'll break out some Grey Goose or some Jamaican rum. And if we want to make some margaritas, then we'll take out the Patron or the Quesadores. But these are the things that I keep on hand just to mix and to enjoy some cocktails, especially as summertime is approaching. Now I want to go into the whiskeys and the cognacs, into the spirits that I use if I'm smoking a cigar. And so about 80% of the times that I'm having a drink, I'm having a cigar with it. And so there are certain spirits that I use to accompany my cigars. And my favorite one is this E.H. Taylor small batch. This has so much caramel. It's got some spice to it. It's 100 proof. It's well balanced. If I'm smoking a premium cigar like an Opus X, then I'll take out my E.H. Taylor small batch. Because I like spice so much, I'll also reach for my Stellum Rye. This is a rye, but you get a lot of apple notes to it. And so this is the most fruitiest rye I've ever had. So if I'm having a good cigar and I want something spicier, let's say I'm smoking a Maduro, then I'm gonna pull out my Stellum Rye. Now, on occasion, I'll enjoy my cigars with a scotch, and that's where I'll pull out my Bunnahabhain. If I wanna have, let's say it's a hot summer day and I wanna reach for some cognac, I wanna lower the proof a little, I might take out my Hennesy VSOP, or this AB46 VSOP. And so the cognacs is when the weather is a little hotter. The proof is about 45% ABV. So during the summertime, I'm more likely to reach for a cognac to enjoy with my cigars. But I gotta stay true to my bourbons, and so Knob Creek 12-year, this greatly accompanies a cigar. If I don't have enough of this, there's always the 9-year. You get that caramel, that brown sugar. You get those quintessential bourbon notes. We'll round out the cigar list with some Old Grandad 114, caramel, cinnamon. This goes great with a cigar. And if it's a hot day, you can drop an ice cube in that glass and this will hold up to the ice cube. Another bourbon that does that well, you've got this Blue Note. This is the uncut. This is what I call the poor man's Elijah Craig barrel proof. And so for half the price, you get you some cask strength goodness. This has that strawberry, that citrus note to it. I enjoy drinking this if I'm smoking a cigar. And of course, we gotta have some Elijah Craig. This is a single barrel. And so on a typical day, if I'm smoking a cigar, I'm reaching for something like this. We hope that you are enjoying this video as we share with you an update to our whiskey and other distilled-aged spirits collection. We've shown you our mixers. We've shown you what we use when we are enjoying a cigar. But on a typical Wednesday night, when we've been working really hard, rising and grinding, and we want to have something that's good, something that's not gonna blow our taste buds out, something that we could just sip on and enjoy the evening. And so these are the things, these are my midweek pours. A favorite of mine is this Redwood Empire. This is a bourbon rye. So you get all of those bourbon notes, that brown sugar, and you get a lot of rye spice. This is one of my favorites. If I don't know what to grab for, I'm always reaching for Early Times Bottle and Bond. This is so good, it's sweet, it's got that black pepper, the oiliness. I keep about 3 bottles of this on hand, and these are 1 liter. This is a great midweek pour. If I'm having a good week and I want something to celebrate midweek, then I'm reaching for this Bardstown, the Origin series. This is their wheater. This is sweet cream, wheat bread. I'm in love with this. I'm also in love with this Pursuit United. This is toffee. This is great blended bourbon. This is explosive taste. I'm a big fan of what this company is doing, Bourbon United. In midweek, I tend to go for something that's maybe lower in proof, sweeter in taste. And so I've got this Bowman Brothers Port Barrel finish. And what really reminds me of that is the toasted oak. We've got this Elijah Craig. This is marshmallow, graham cracker. This gives you those pleasant notes. Because during middle of the week, you just want something that's tasty, something that might be a little bit more delicate on your taste buds. And so we got the toasted barrel. Also, in that similar vein, we've got Penelope Architect. And so this is made with French oak staves. And so you get that almost like a wine taste to it, which really reminds me of a toasted barrel. And to round out the list, we'll look at Fiddler. I had some of this just last night. This is a taste explosion. This is 51% corn to make it bourbon, and this is 45% wheat. And so you get so much sweetness, so much cinnamon. This is a taste bomb. Fiddler. Again, we hope that you are enjoying this video. If you are, please let us know. What are you drinking midweek? What do you use for your mixes? What do you use when you have a cigar? We want to now look at some of our international whiskeys. And so we've shown you some cognacs, some whiskeys, some bourbons and ryes, but we also enjoy some whiskeys from across the pond. And we've got some Japanese whiskey here. This is the Hibiki Harmony. This is white chocolate and honey. We got some Ireland whiskey. We got this Redbreast. This is their 12-year cask strength Really enjoy this. We've got this Duncan Taylor. I think this is such a great value. $80, 18 years blended Scotch. Great value. One of my favorite is Hedonism. This is a taste orgasm. This is vanilla, nutmeg. Really love everything that Compass Box puts out. Ugadil. This is bacon, smoke, peat, sherry. Love this Scotch. And if I want to just tone it down a little bit, have a good Scotch, I'll either go with the Classic Lottie by Brook Lottie. This is great Scotch with no peat. And then we've got the Ablaw 12-year, a good Scotch that's been aged in sherry cask. And so those are some of my international whiskeys. Thank you for joining us on this whiskey tour. As I said, we got a couple bars in the house, and so we got to go from room to room showing you our distilled aged spirits. And so we've seen mixers and cigars and international whiskeys. These are the whiskeys that we pull out on a Friday night or a holiday. And so if we've got some friends coming over and we want something that's good, I love this Old Elk. This gives you that cereal, that malted barley taste, and it really blends well with the typical bourbon notes. So this is a single barrel that I'm really enjoying. I'm a big fan of everything 1792 puts out. This is their sweet wheat. This is a great, simple bourbon. If you want something that everyone can enjoy, go with the sweet wheat. We got this Old Forester single barrel strength. This is pecan pie in a bottle. And speaking of delicious stuff, I tend to pull out the Nulus on holidays. And so we got the toasted barrel, we got the rye. If you want to introduce some people to some bourbons that they've never had, let them taste some Nulu. We got your Elijah Craig barrel proof. I got about 5 of these on hand. Same thing goes for they call this Disco, the Bardstown Discovery Series. I've got 7, 8, and 9. These are well blended. I enjoy these. Love 2XO. This is the Phoenix blend. I also got the Innkeeper. Great explosive taste. I love whiskeys where they're pushing the envelope. That's what you get here with this 2XO. And some of the old faithfuls. We got Blantons. You always got to have Blantons. We got the Weller 107. And we've got Larceny Barrel Proof. These have become so good. These used to be a midweek pour, but they are so good. This is a $50 bottle that I pull out on holidays. That's how good this is. Larceny Barrel Proof. These are some of the whiskeys that I pull out on weekends or on holidays. And so now we're going to look at some of our very special bottles. These are bottles that I'm only sipping maybe once a year, maybe on a birthday, maybe on New Year's Eve. And so for my birthday this year, I'm going to finally open up my Cowboy. This is the Dr. Pepper. This has filled with so much flavor. This is good for everyone. This is so tasty. So you get chocolate, you get brown sugar. Really love this here. For New Year's, definitely going to be opening up my Purple Top. So this is bourbon. You get a lot of coconut notes. And I'm such a big fan of the first batch of Kentucky Owl. So these are some of my very special whiskeys that I only take out once a year. Now these are whiskeys that I've gotten, I've been gifted, but I haven't even gotten a chance to really enjoy them and really form a good opinion of them. And so these are some of the whiskeys that are still, they're in the bullpen, as I would call them, that I'm really waiting to try them and experience them a little bit more before I can make a final decision on them. Again, we thank you that you spent this time watching this collection of ours. We want to end with the last bar in the house. This is where we keep the very special stuff or the backup bottles. And so down here, I've got all the backup bottles of my Elijah Craigs, my Blantons, the backup bottles from my early times, my Smoke Wagon. This is where I keep all the backup bottles. Up top here, we got some of the other special stuff. We've got actually more backup bottles, more of the Barchtown Discovery, more Blantons, more Elijah Craig. This is a cherished possession. This is my own single barrel. This is from Rare Character. Really glad to have this. We got this 8-year Sagamore. This is a prized possession of mine. We got some more of the 1792. We got the aged 12 years. The E.H. Taylor single barrel. Up top here, we got some more of the newer stuff, things that we're enjoying right now. We got the New Riff, Heaven's Door, Frank August. Gotta have some Eagle Rare. This is a store pick. Really like this. One of my favorites, you hear me talk about it so often, is the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. So I keep about 3 bottles of these on hand. This is part of the collection. We thank you that you've watched this. Please be sure to like, hit subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you have in your collection that I missed and that I don't have in mine. Please continue to enjoy this content. Please continue to rise and to grind.